people take my kindness for a weakness. I was swimming with the sharks, took a dive off the deep end. I be moving different. I ain't had no kids that on me deep and take a walk up in my shoes with the survive through the weekend. I hate that people take my kindness for a weakness. I was swimming with the sharks, took a dive off the deep end. I be moving different. I ain't had no kids that on me deep and take a walk up in my shoes with the survive through the weekend.
Whoa, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cannon, and I'm back with another episode. I got my man, Two Equivalent. Shout out to my man E-Dub. He did the intro for me, fresh out of Delaware.
Yeah,
You know, E-Dub, that's my guy. Shout outs to him. But listen, yo, I really appreciate you for coming on the show. You know, your back office hit me and said I got a good artist. When I seen who it was, I said I gotta get him on there.
Appreciate it.
You know, we got a chance to meet. I got a chance to see you perform. But we'll get into that in a second. Man, go ahead and give us your intro. Let me know who you are. Let the audience know who you are.
What's going on? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy right here, Two Equivalent from the DMV, an upcoming independent artist from Mo County, representing and trying to get my music across, spreading the positivity and keeping it authentic.
That's what I like to hear, my guy. Listen, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe. You know how we do it. We put the video out. We chop it up so y'all can go back and get some feedback. If you're interested, inbox me on Instagram, inbox me on Facebook, leave a comment under the, just in the chat, and we'll chop it up if you're looking to be an up-and-coming artist on this platform. But anywho, man of the hour. How did you get the name Two Equivalent?
So I had this name since high school, since about 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my first name was Two Ton. So,
Two Ton?
Two Ton, you know what I'm saying?
All right, I got you.
Yeah. So, I got that from the hood. So everybody, you know what I'm saying, was my first rap name. So I was in class, and math class, actually just looking through the book, looking through dictionary, writing rhymes like I normally do. I'm just looking up words. And then I ran across equivalent, and I saw the meaning of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's equal in force or amount of value qualities. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, then I can add two to it. So I just took the two from Two Ton, and then I put it Two Equivalent. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be double the force. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I got that name from. So I just had that name from 9th grade, and I kept that.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I actually like that because you put some thought behind that, and that's important to me, just from a creative perspective. So that Two Equivalent is cool. Talk about how did you get into even to the point where you even decided that you needed a rap name and you wanted to make it. So how long you been rapping?
So I've been rapping for like over 20 years, well, 15, you say over 20, you know what I'm saying? So when I was growing up, I'm from, my parents are both from Africa.
Okay.
My dad is from Angola. My mom is from Botswana.
So wow.
So we came here in 1986 from the Angola War. My dad fought in it. So after that, we came here refugees. So I was born in PG Hospital. And then we moved down to Sandy Spring. So during all my life, my dad listened to African country music, Garth Brooks and all that. My mom listened to like straight African, all type of, and then I'm the youngest of 5.
Oh, wow.
So I got my sister's the oldest, so she listened to like reggae and stuff like that. Then my older brothers, they listen to hip hop. So I'm like, I'm around all different type of genre music. So my brother, he still do, but not as much. He used to produce and write himself. So his room was next to me, so he used to rap and stuff. So I used to listen to him, and I'm like, damn, he was good, So he was like, because he listened to Tupac and all that. So I was like, yeah, he was one of my people I looked up to. And then one day he was like, rap, and I used to rap on the silent, on the cut. You know what I'm saying? He was like, damn, you good. And then from that day, I just start writing and keep writing with him, and he kept teaching me like how to write courses and write good music. So that's how I really started picking up on doing that. So that's when I was young. Like So yeah, from I don't know, like 8, probably younger. Yeah, probably like 8, 9. I started like, into music like that. But
Yeah, that's
all
deep.
my life I was around music. Yeah,
And just having that international background coming from Africa, a lot of people, especially in the hip hop scene, it's a lot of respect, and Africa is revered. But for you
yeah,
to have a father that fought in the war,
yeah.
in Africa, and how did that play a part in your upbringing? Like, was your father like one of those people that was like really into encouraging you with the music and stuff, or what? How was that?
So I mean, when we was growing up, when we got over here, my mom and dad, they were together.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So we all like stick with my mom. So I was like mainly raised by my mom, but my dad
Okay.
was still around. He's still a strict, dad, African. You know how they are. So I mean, through the music, he wasn't really around that much, but my mom was like encouraging it too, because my older
Mm-hmm.
brothers and them used to do it. But she was one of those who was like, yeah, oh yeah, she used to hear me. I miss her, man. Since she passed away, but she was always like, "You're good," always had my back.
Condolences on that too. I understand.
Yeah,
Um. All right. So, little recap. You grew up. You came here. Your family came here. You grew up. Your older brother kind of groomed you into writing raps,
yes,
and then you said about ninth grade is when you really started taking it serious, where you took your name and recalibrated
yeah,
it
yeah,
to
yeah,
to
yeah,
to equivalent.
yes.
Can you tell me about the first time you ever went to the studio?
Um, First time I went to the studio, so my brother had like a little studio in his.
Okay, so y'all all right. So y'all had already had built your own.
Yeah, because he used to
Yeah.
make beats and all that type of stuff. But like the first time he like actually went to like a studio was when I was like probably around when I was in high school for real.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he used to go all the time. But like probably around when I was in high school, I went to the studio, and that right there, that was a whole different type of monster. Just getting into the studio and like recording, you got to do the ad libs, you got to do the, you know, how to really make a track. That right there is when I started to learn and getting over the what I'm saying, the bubble guts and shit like that. So
Like, yeah.
that what I'm saying, that right there made me into a different monster, man. Because when I first went to the studio, man, I was like fucking up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. My brother's like, man, you good, man? I'm like, nah. After that, I like transformed to a different person. Like now when I go to the studio, I don't play around. I come in there and knock a song down. I'm not in there to try to
You
play.
already got your music already pre-prepped before you even get there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people mistake is they go to the studio and start writing when they get
Nah.
there. That's a
Yeah.
waste of money and time. You need
Nah.
to already know the lyrics. You already
Yeah.
need to have your beat picked out. You need to be already ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when I go in the studio now, I knock a whole track down to 30 minutes. So like 15 minutes me rapping, and then 15 minutes with my engineer knocking all that down, and we done. Then we on to the next. I do no playing in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Because right now my path is all or nothing. So
No, that's facts.
yeah.
Shout outs to Miss Boss Key.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
She in the
Shout out.
background, she watching. Salute to you, sis. We
Yeah,
appreciate you for setting this interview up. It's always important to have a management team
yeah.
and just have somebody behind the artist, and we appreciate you for
Definitely,
um
definitely.
putting this together. So we talked about like kind of like your origin into it. Can you remember the first song you rapped?
Uh Not really, tell you the truth.
I believe you. I believe some people can,
Man,
you
cause my,
know.
my, my book is thick, so
Uh,
I could. I mean, I used to remember it like back in the day, but now I like write so much that's it gets a little lost in the. But I probably can find it somewhere.
yeah, I
But
believe you. So here
yeah,
go another question. What was the first song or album that really reminded you, like from a regular artist, like, man, I like this song. This is what I want to do. Do you remember that song?
um, not really, man. Cause I mess with all my songs, But like I can say like right now, like recently, my song Never Too Late, Dreams to Reality. That's like one of my favorite songs right there. I can say that one. But like back then, I can't. You know, I can't even
What,
front.
what, what major artists? What major artists did you hear that immediately triggered them thoughts? Like, yeah, I'm not that I want to copy this person,
Yeah.
but is there like a mainstream artist or song that really kind of made you connect the dots? Like, bro, he killed this. I gotta get in the studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm an old head. So you know, it's Pop. You know what I'm saying? Beanie.
When you say Beanie, do you mean Beanie Man or Beanie Siegel?
Beanie Siegel.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Man. That's my man. Oh, that's a man. 100 grand in the locks. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, LOX. Jadakiss is my favorite rapper all time. Always been. When I learned about them, in '98, I say, you know what I mean? I was little, and my homeboy, my best friend at the time, Lamonte, his cousin Chris, rest in peace, Chris, he pulled out a tape, and he was like, I want you to hear my man Kiss Eastwood. I'm like, who the heck is that?
Yeah.
and he played that Money, Power, Respect. And then later, subsequently after that Money, Power, Respect project, they came out with We Are the Streets. And that We Are the Streets album, for me, that was the one. That We Are the Streets, that whole, from then, Ride or Die Volume 1, Ride or Die Volume 2,
all of them.
They was the ones that made me feel like Kiss couldn't be beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, like I liked Rough Riders better than I liked Rockefeller. You know what I mean? A lot of people gonna say Jay was the man, but back then, DMX he had a better roster until State Property hit.
Yeah.
And then the best battle. Remember the P Cutter the P Cutter CDs, Beanie Siegel versus Jada. They was my two favorites. I was hurt when
me too.
I wanted them to battle because I wanted to see who was better. But at the time, I was hurt because they was my favorite two people, and I wanted to see them on a project together at that time because, you know. But anywho, so give me if you can remember 3 to 5 artists from that really got you, you know, in the mood for rapping. For me, Jadakiss, Styles P, Beanie Siegel, Fabulous, and I ain't gonna hold you. Back then, when Cassidy came out, Cassidy came out, and then after that, it was Wayne.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Fabulous and Wayne, yeah. Then my man was Juelz Santana. So I end up going from Cash Money, taking over for the 9-9 in 2000 in the Dipset. Once Dipset came out, Juelz Santana was my man.
Yeah, man. And I hate they ain't do that fucking Can't Feel My Face joint, man.
Right, with Wayne, and I was looking forward to that too. It was like, I felt like the trajectory of Wayne would have been different if Juelz Santana would have got that look that he was supposed to. But you know, politics, Dipset, you know how that go.
Yeah, man. And they was both at they prime right there, man. They was firing off, man.
Like it's like Juelz Santana's still hot, but he not like how he was then, bro.
Yeah. I
felt like they had everything you wanted. They had J.R. Writer if you wanted them. They had J.R. Writer. They had Bezel. They had 40 Cal.
Yeah, 40.
They had Cam. They had Freaky Zeke. They had
Hell Rel.
You took the words right up on. They had Hell Rel. They had Dipset SAS out in York.
Yeah.
And then they had the Heat Makers.
Them niggas was nasty too. I fuck with them, y'all.
And don't forget Duke the God. Duke the God.
I was about to say that. I thought you said it. Yeah, Duke the God.
Yeah, then members of the Bird Gang, and then Stack Bundles was hot. And what's my man that ended up getting locked up?
Max B.
Max B. Yeah. The Wave.
Salute. Yeah.
That Members of the Bird Gang album was fire too.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
So Jim, of course, Jimmy. Jimmy actually had some hard beats on his first 2 projects too. That Weatherman beat to this day, yo.
What? Yeah, I still pump that.
Still pump that shit. So who you got on your list? I could go old school, but I ain't want just about you.
Nah, that's why I'm going right now. So I got Pop in no order. Pop,
okay.
Nas, Pop, Nas. I got Big L, Beanie Siegel, and the Locks.
That's fair. That's a good list. That's a good list right there. Because Big L, I remember when I first heard Big L, and he was on that Milk Bone freestyle. It was him and Jay at the
Yeah.
radio station, and I'm like,
That-
yo, Big L fire.
No, he was, man. That's my brother used to play him back in the day, man. I was like, damn, he was, man. If he was still here, Jesus Christ, man. He been nasty, man.
I don't think New York hip hop would have been the same
No, it wouldn't.
if the greats would have stayed around. You had McGruff, Big L, Pun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They was the ones that I cared about. You know,
Yeah.
I can't forget Mace because when
Nah,
Cam and Mace did that, what was that, Horse and Carriage?
Yeah.
So they were, and then of course one of the best to ever do it, my man DMX.
Man,
You know?
I know I should always put him right for real. He's like he's one of the top 5 for real.
Yeah, it's just hard to get.
Yeah,
it's hard
is
because
man.
on Monday, he in my top 5. On Tuesday, I gotta swap him out for. But
Yeah.
DMX is one of the people that's goated for me. So like you say his name, or I say his name. It's hard to like. Those top 5 lists is dangerous because there's certain people. If I had to say, I will ever be forever grateful to DMX because he put Jadakiss and them on his staff. You know what I mean? They was the ones I was listening to the most. They was the first people from Rough Riders I ever heard. Then it was Cassidy and the Lost City family. Then subsequently Swiss Beats. You know what I mean? Ride or Die Volume 1 and 2 really was what set it up for me. But so I'm glad you got that, got that together. So of course, with the names you mentioned, would you say that those are the like Nas, Big L, were they the ones that help you develop your style, or you felt like your style came from your brother?
I feel like my style came from myself for real, but like
fair assessment.
I could say, always listen to my brother, so and I always looked up to him. So I would say for myself, but I could say, it sounded like him. And Pac and them definitely had a lot to do with my music making and storytelling and stuff. Like they definitely played a role in that.
That's a good point.
What happened?
I was gonna say that was a good point because you was going into they played the role into your writing process. Speaking of, you seem like you a rhyme book type of guy. Like you're not punching in. You actually putting pen and sheets.
Yeah.
So are you writing your lyrics? Tell me about your process. Walk me through that. Do you hear a beat first and then you get the writing, or you got lyrics in your heart and you start writing them down and then you start putting them to beats afterwards?
That's it right there. You know what I'm saying? It comes in, you know what I'm saying, whatever I see or whatever I do or have done, at that day, I just keep it in mind, like boom. And then no beat. It just, just boom. When I get home or something, jot it down. Or if I have my phone on me, I jot it down just so I won't lose it,
Right.
And I come home and then run through some beats. And then when a beat hit me, then I just start from there, So, but I'm usually, up freestyle up top first and then go to a beat.
So are you a part of and that's dope too, because as a person, like I told you offline, I used to rap, but for me, like I'm sonically inclined. Like if I hear a beat and it just hit a certain way, that pattern hit, I'm like, okay, I like bangers. So if I do something like that, I'm like, okay, I got something for this. You know what I mean? And then for me, it was one of those things where if the beat was fire, it triggered words. Versus
it definitely does. Once you hear that beat and something just click, then it just you in drive now.
So on top of that, when you come to writing, are you more of an introspective person, meaning like your life, like you was like living a hard life, now I want to put some of that, tell some of my story? Like when I've heard a couple of your songs from performing, would you say that that's more of your style, like speaking about your storyline, or are you writing like more of encouragement music far as anybody should be able to relate to you? How do you position yourself?
A little bit of both, about my life and about like something to encourage people and put positive vibes, just in case you go through what I went through, you know,
Mhm.
it might get you through your hard days, you know, like type of music like Pac and them did and still do to
Right.
this day. When I'm in that zone, I put that shit on, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, it gets me back on track. Like, that's the type of music. I mean, I'm into all the bangers, and I got a couple of those in there too, but you know, I think it's just more authentic when it just comes natural and just be yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
for me to be out there and bang and shoot, that ain't me, you know what I'm saying? I'm grown. I ain't on that no more, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to tell you my growth, show you my growth.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. When we was younger, we was young.
Yeah.
So
But I can, you know what
we
I'm
up
saying?
there now.
You know what I'm saying? Into it, just to let you know. But, you know, but right now I'm talking about the growth, you know what I'm saying? Grown man talk.
That's what I like to hear. No, that's, you know, that's a good place to be in, you know, that elevation. If you still in the same place you was when you was 19 and you still
Mm-hmm.
rapping like that, you
Yeah.
know, you're gonna be limited. And granted, I'm not saying that people who make music like that can't do it, but
Yeah.
it's just the fact that, you know, it's easy to relate when you can hear somebody's transition. They going through things. You can hear it in their music, like you said, like Pac,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, who was good at that, but still keeping it gritty. Beanie Siegel.
That's my man.
He had a song. He had a song with it was Jay-Z and Rel. He was talking about his father.
Yeah.
What Dynasty album track 16. Listen, Scrap. I can't take back that 16. Remember that joint?
Yeah. Remember
I
them days?
yes, that one. So
Yeah.
that's two songs right there. He referred to Remember Them Days on the song when still got love for you and you left me in the cold to
Yeah.
face this world alone
Yeah, that's
and make it on my own. I still got love for you. That joint, I ain't gonna lie, that was one of Jay-Z hardest verses. A lot of people don't talk.
Yeah,
They was talking about their father.
Yeah, but you gotta pick up that pen when you whip beans too. So you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
Beanie
Even though
Siegel.
Jay's nice,
A
but
lot of people going. Beanie Siegel is a heavyweight
hell
with the
yeah,
pen.
hell
Beanie
yeah,
Siegel was a heavyweight with that pen, bro.
hell yeah.
And so, you know, hold on. Sorry about that. My
Now you know,
screen froze up a little bit. Um, it's interesting because so if you could speak on some things from your past, what would you say about your younger self when you first started rapping? Like, how would you describe your younger self now?
that's why I'm glad, you know what I'm saying, at this point right now that I'm actually spitting this way, because my younger self, if I would have been down the other path, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have been spitting at the drill, but more
Mm-hmm.
like on that hardcore, you know, who can I say? Like the Baby and like that type, but more lyrical. But you
Right,
know,
right,
that's
right.
what I'm glad, like at this moment, and then I sit back, I be like, damn, dog, I definitely grown and I definitely switched gears on them, you know, and I like this me, you know what I'm saying, better
Yeah,
than my
yeah, yeah. The
I
mature,
was
reserved.
I was a little wild, you know what I'm saying, but you know I wasn't, you know, too wild, but you know I calmed it down. So I'd rather this me than back then me, you know, because I
So
had definitely had opportunities back then too, but me being me, just running around doing dumb shit, you know, got my mind off of it. But I'm
facts. I understand that. I've been there too. But so we talked about the old you. Let's say 50 years from now, Lord's will, you, you live a full life and you had an opportunity to be 75, 85 in the game.
God willing,
Just,
yes.
yeah, God willing. How would you want your legacy to be left when people speak about it?
I just wanted them to know that I'm positive, authentic, you know, and make sure that my family's good, you know, and my uniqueness and my
Mm-hmm.
creativity was always there, you know. So that's why everybody to know that you know that I'm authentic type of genuine type of guy.
That's real, you know. Um, and legacy is important. You know, sometimes, you know, some people could care less about legacy. I heard Mike Tyson say the other day, forget legacy. When you did, you did. But,
Yeah,
you know, I feel like as an artist, you're going to leave music behind, you know,
yeah,
and people going to hear your music, you know, and I feel like realistically to have music from the young you to the older two equivalent, they could say, look, I grew with his music, and his music helped me to, you know, reflect on some things. You
Exactly.
know, because for me, when I don't feel good, I'm listening to music. When I got attitude, I'm putting on music. When I'm working out, I got on music. I feel like music is very, very much a part of my life. And as an artist, I'm sure that you're writing music because it's part of your life that you putting into wax.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, you know what I'm saying? I just, put out music, but at first I was scared, everybody is, just the feedback, whatever. But I got over that. But it's like the feedback that I'm getting from people, they like, you helped me through this, and your music is encouragement. And you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I didn't know like that my music had that much of an impact. And it's not just, it's like worldwide, you know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm like,
motivation.
yeah, man, big motivation. That's why I always tell everybody I appreciate you. I can't say it enough, but they are my motivation, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what makes me keep going, because I do it for myself as well. But that's definitely a plus, man. And I
Yeah,
appreciate
because music is in you. So
it.
you would do music even if you were just rapping at home, but
Yeah.
you know,
I
but
never
it helps when you got other people that's looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely does, man. And definitely that feedback, man, definitely motivates too, man.
Now, okay, so we talked about just your upbringing, how you came up. You started making music when you was 9. I mean, when you was in the 9th grade, you started transitioning. You got serious about it. We talked about some of the old school artists that that kind of helped shape you. Your brother helped you, but you ultimately are your own person. So you crafted your own sound. But
Yeah,
at the same time, you do have those influences,
exactly. Yeah.
mainly East Coast. Shout out to
Yeah.
the East Coast. I mean, I feel like I feel like a lot of people on the East Coast, we in that Northeast area, a lot of our artists, you
Mm.
know, you could have said Andre 3000 and here
I
go.
just kept it 100, you know what I'm saying? Keep it a
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
buck.
you could have said
But definitely I fuck with all of them though, you know what I'm saying? Definitely Andre 3000, Outkast, all of them,
for
Dungeon
sure
Family.
the
I
Dungeon
definitely,
Family, yeah, they was big.
yeah, but
But
like
but you from
around,
the East Coast, I mean,
yeah, especially back then, they wasn't even as big as they, East Coast was running it. So, when Pac and all them was doing all that stuff, that's the era that I'm from. So,
mhm.
and this newer era, no disrespect, I like some here and there, but I mostly listen to older or just me.
Talk about that. So if you ain't have no choice and you couldn't play old school music, who would you listen to from this decade, like this generation?
J. Cole,
Okay, that's fair.
um, let me see. Definitely Dave East.
Yeah, Dave East, my man.
Um, what's it? Nino Man.
A lot of people don't know about Nino Man, yo.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying. I like people who really put, you can really hear that they put that pen down. You know what I'm saying? And because it's really hard out here. You know what I'm saying? Just to be taken as a joke. You know what I'm saying? I hear that pen and I hear that music. I'm like, man, that shit right there that's motivation for me too. So I'm wondering like who was they? I know they had to been listening to like Pac and them too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that he got Nino Man got that
Oh
LOX
yeah.
influence.
Oh
He
yeah.
got that
Yeah.
he got that LOX influence. You know who
Yeah,
else?
man.
Sue Surf was underrated
Oh,
too.
Sue Surf I fuck
His
with, man.
pen game was actually fire on the written tip. On
Nah, yeah, don't care sleep on
his
him, man.
his album, his projects was fire.
Yeah.
I
I was
felt
just
like the
listening.
battle part was just one piece, but he had that tone in his voice, that
Yeah.
pain. I felt like I
Yeah.
was in Jersey listening to him.
Right, yeah.
You
And I
know,
was just listening to this other song called Unbothered the other day. I was like, man, that's
yeah.
nice, man. Yeah, I
It,
be
Shout out to Sue Surf, good artist. I remember when he did that freestyle on I9, what was that,
yeah,
I-95?
yeah, yeah, man. He killed that shit, man. He killed that
I
shit.
got that downloaded. I got
Yeah,
I got
yeah. He
the
killed. I was
original
listening
one.
to that because I was listening to that shit too, man. He killed that joint, man. He
And
killed
then
it.
and then that's a classic beat. Speaking
Yeah.
of beats, producer wise, name a couple of producers that if you had the chance to work with, it would be a blessing.
DJ Premier.
I knew you was gonna say Premier first. That's why I ain't want to say it. DJ Premier. Shout out to DJ Premier.
I got High Tech.
Okay.
Alchemist.
Oh yeah, of course. He is a legend.
Definitely Timbaland. I like his beats. You know, his shit is unique too. Dre, he got some nice beats.
Yeah.
Who else? Swiss Beats, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Who's that guy who makes Jewels in them beats?
Heatmaker's arsonist.
Yeah. That he got some fire too.
Yo, that. He an unsung hero, bro. People not saying his name enough. The Heatmakers, they beat select them and Kanye West and Just Blaze.
Yeah, he got some fire.
It just was the beats that they was making. And I ain't gonna lie, Cool and Dre was tight.
Yeah.
Justice League.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Because they made that they made one of 50 beats, and I'm like, all right. And Pharrell, I like Pharrell. It just he wouldn't be my first pick out of the people you named.
Nah, definitely not.
Yeah, he would be like number 10.
A good producer though on that side.
Yeah, for sure. Like when he made that Lord's Will and Clips album,
man, that shit classic, man.
That was his pocket for me.
Yeah.
Once he started making certain other beats, they was cool. They just weren't for something that I would have chose.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie. Best song on that album was the one with Kiss and Styles on there.
What's that joint?
Pusha T come with that. I keep. What he said? I keep the ziplock. It was. I keep that ziplock busting at the stitches. Culinary chemist. I serve the malicious to bring the. That's Malice part. But fix this.
Jeez, I heard that.
I'll play it offline because I don't want to get us struck down. But
right, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
that joint.
Nah, but yeah.
But that whole album was fire.
Fire, man.
Roscoe P. Chain was on that. Ab Lava.
Yeah.
They was all on there too. But yeah, so we producers wise. Now, are you a part of a group or are you just a solo artist? Is there anybody else on your team?
Nah, I'm solo. So just me by myself, just grinding hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I work with my man, Salute El Staffa. I collaborated with on this new song that I made in the game that I promoted today for this podcast. Yeah, that one just came out on the 16th because every 16th of a month I put a song out.
Okay.
So that's how I've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Just keep, everybody waiting for the next one. You know what I'm saying? Just keep.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how I've been doing it. But yeah, he's like the other guy that I really work with. But I made another collaboration. But I got a lot of collaborations coming. And I got an EP coming. I just been working. I've been working.
Yeah. But you got a title? You got a title for that EP yet?
Nah, but I'm working with Daniel Degree. If you guys look him up on Instagram. He's a producer. So we trying to swing this way and go towards the movie, the trailers, on that side of the.
Yeah, that's good placement right there.
Yeah. So this EP, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to move towards that way. Trying to get more.
Would you ever get into acting?
Definitely, man. Not in a rush for it, but I definitely, I'll definitely get into that, I ain't gonna never say never, but definitely if the opportunity presents itself, I definitely take it.
What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
I'll give you 3. That way you ain't gotta be stuck to one.
Shit, I'm hard to pick one. True.
For me, Juice, one of my favorite movies.
What happened?
Juice, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. Juice is definitely one of my favorite.
Paid in Full.
Yeah, Paid in Full. Paid in Full too. Belly.
Yeah, that was classic.
I watch, especially Friday, dog. I can watch.
Yeah, Friday is a classic too.
I can watch them shits all day back to back. This is all classic movies that you just said too as well. You know what I'm saying? Especially Belly, I can pop that shit on and watch that joint all day too. You know what I'm saying?
I think my top favorite replay movie probably be like Money Talks with Chris Tucker
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
Charlie Sheen. I don't know why I like that movie so much,
He said,
but
I'm ready for the close up, Mr. DeMille.
yeah, yeah.
That's my shit
So,
right there, though. Yeah, yeah,
but
but yeah,
yeah, you know, I figure I asked. You know, you seem like you could probably get the acting going, put a
yeah,
little role together,
definitely. You know, what I'm saying
get your
50
Denzel up.
Yeah, right, right. For real, you know what I'm saying? Why not?
Are are you the type of rapper that want? Are you aiming for awards? Like, are you like a Grammy guy? Are you looking for accolades on that level, or are you aiming to get like signed, or like ultimately, what would the direction for you be?
Of course, I'm looking to get signed or just the distribution. You know, just somewhere to get heard more. You know, I just want to get my music out there more.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, you know, looking to get signed, and just keep pushing music wise. And then as soon as I get that ball rolling, and try to dive into, you know, fashion, because you know I'm into fashion as well. So I
Tell me
definitely
about that. You know, how long you been in that fashion?
uh since like since I was young, for real, to tell you the truth. So all through like probably, yeah, since I was young, to tell you the truth. But back in the day, you know, we was in poverty. So, you know, back in the day, me and my brothers and stuff, we used to share clothes and shit. So that's why I think that's what made me get into fashion, you know, because some shit that I wanted when I was young, I couldn't get. And then when I got up, started working and making my own shit, and then it just
Oh,
took off.
so you make the clothes too?
Yeah, I mean, so making clothes. I mean, I have like a logo, like logos in the back. It's AKA
Mhm.
State Fly Gang. You know, my wife helped me with the logo. She's in the background doing all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? All the real work. You know what I'm saying? But so I have like a logo. You know, I print shirts, but I'm not actually selling them at the time. At this time, you know what I'm saying? I'm focused on my music at the moment. But
Right.
definitely, I want to dive back into that because I'm definitely into fashion. Always been into fashion. So.
No, that's good to know, and we'll talk offline about some things in regards to that. But I'm glad you spoke on that, you know, because it's important.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like that hip hop, the whole creativity piece. I feel like clothing, acting, music, all that go hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely,
So,
man.
you know, it's good to know that, you know. And then on
Yeah.
the business side, um, how would you say, being is that we grew up in a different time and space, you
Mm-hmm.
know, versus now with the advent of social media and Spotify, YouTube. Uh, we used to be we used to be we used to sorry about that. I don't know why the screen keep blinking. We used to be in a position where it was more of a you would go to New York and hopefully somebody pick you up or something like
Yeah.
that. Now it's like you can just be wherever you are in the world as long as
Exactly.
you got a couple of views. You know, people to start they catch on to what's going on with you. Now,
Yeah.
now, how would you how would you say that's either helped you or hurt you in terms of handling your music business career?
Uh, I definitely know that it definitely helped me, especially if I was doing it back then. I mean, a lot of people heard of me by mouth. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was harder back then to get known. If it's like mostly if you know somebody, or like I'm from Sandy Springs, so over there we a tight knit. So we in the cut. We like have like slave. We a part of slave Underground Railroad and all that stuff over that way.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, so I'm from the countryside, so
And that's
uh,
Montgomery County?
yeah, it's like, but
Okay.
now it's starting to get suburban deal out there. But back then, like where I'm from, it's like you don't come back, you never came back there and knew that road unless you knew somebody. Everybody was like family, tight knit back there.
Hmm.
Yeah, so back then it would have been harder. So we had to like at least we ain't drive, so I had to hop on a couple buses to go to like Silver Spring or somewhere in the city, you know what I'm saying, to do music or be heard, you know, because we really didn't have nothing around. But now we got social media, so I can get on platforms like yours, bless, you know what I'm saying? I can talk my story, and then I can put my music out, you know, different avenues. So that I think it's a plus now than back then. I think it's you can become as you can see, you can become famous off of one song, a one-hit wonder, you know what I'm saying, fast just because of social media, you know. So
Oh, that's facts. And is your music on Spotify?
yeah, it's on all platforms.
All right, good. Make sure you drop me some links so I can add in the description box. So if people want to check out Two Equivalents music, they can they can watch this video and say, I like how he talking, and go straight to the page. So we'll figure that out after
Okay.
the interview is over.
Okay.
You know, I wanted to just ask a couple of those questions because a lot of times I feel like artists don't get an opportunity to talk about their upbringing, talk about where they came from and who they are. So when you listen to the music, you're not able to connect the dots
Yeah.
sometimes. But I feel like when I watched you perform and I listened to the lyrics, I'm like, all right, you are artist where hearing your music is to know. Would you say is to know who you are?
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that statement?
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I was like, yo, I gotta get him on because I feel like, you know, you came in, just the energy was right. You were showing love to everybody. You know,
Yeah.
I was there. Shout out to my man, yeah, that Black.
Oh
I was
yeah.
there with
Shout
him.
out. Yeah. I think he's supposed to be at the next one too as well. So
Yeah. Oh, you gonna be there too? Say
yeah,
less.
I'm the headliner. So
Oh, okay. I'm in
yeah,
there. I'm
yeah,
de- I'm definitely gonna be in there.
definitely.
Miss T was there. Shout outs to her.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
and
Miss T,
so
she coming back again too.
that's what I like to hear. And
Yeah, coming back.
I think that this will be a good look. Um, just just continue doing what you're doing. And like I said, I appreciate you for even taking time out with me, out of
Yeah,
your
man.
schedule.
Mm.
Um, could you give younger artists or other artists who are looking to get to at least where you are, what kind of advice would you have for them?
Just block out all uh the negative and all the he said the just stay focused. Stay away from all the negative and all the people who bad energy that be like, nah, you can't do it. Because just because they can't do it doesn't mean you can't do it. Never set a limit. Sky's the limit.
Hmm.
I think it's no limit. So whatever you want to do, make sure you stick to it, keep focused, be consistent. Um, and if it's for you, it'll come.
I like that. That's a good message. Thank you for that. I just wanted to say, you know, too often when you are artists, you got a lot of people in your ear.
Yeah,
Sometimes I feel like um I really think that a lot of times people have a problem with the naysayers, and I feel like it staunches out that creativity.
yeah, but then again, it's those in your head say, oh yeah, you can do that, do it. And then once you get there, they know what they be found. They want you to do good, but not better than them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah,
even if
you preaching now. I know you got a story for that.
yeah, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? But that's why my circle's small, you know. So, you know, that's when you start realizing once you really in it and you focus, and then like, oh, you want to do this? Nah, you gotta watch out for the people try to drag you outside, man. You know what I'm saying? Just stay focused because there's always distractions, you know. Even the people who you think they close with you, you know what I'm saying? They just
Even your day ones will turn out.
yeah, man. Trust, man.
Hmm.
You know, I'm glad that I figured that out. Like I figured all that out when I was younger, when my daughter had cancer or whatever.
Oh wow,
Yeah, she passed away from cancer. So
sorry
um
to hear that.
yeah, appreciate it. So that's when it really I figure out like who was really there and who wasn't. That, and I was young, you know what I'm saying, with like 4 kids, in my mom's basement,
How
trying
old
to
are you now?
what happened?
I said, how old are you now?
Oh, I'm 38 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, I was like 20, like I was young as shit, you know what I'm saying, doing. But I had always, I'm still with my wife from now, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit could have make or break somebody, especially at that age, you know what I'm saying? We still together 20 years in. So
No, that's a blessing.
yeah, so
Not
that
me.
right.
I'm 10 years in.
Oh, see, that's a blessing too. Shit. People can't make it past a day. So but but that right there, like that's what I realized who was there, who wasn't. That's why from that day, my circle's been small. You know, I know a lot of people have been offended on it, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, I realized who was there and who wasn't. You know, everybody, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, come through. Nah, everybody want to be there when she's about to pass, but you wasn't there when she was alive and want to company and, you know, all this. But, you know, you live and you learn, and, you know.
No, that's a real story right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real story. That's deep. So like I said, I'm happy that you were able to come on, and I definitely think that you and I should definitely talk again, especially after the showcase. Get you back on. Maybe you can introduce me to more artists that part of the showcase. Maybe they want to get on, and
Okay.
me and you can introduce them to the world. Through
Definitely.
your lens. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That'd be something to do, and I want you to send me some music so that I can maybe I'll do a review show where I just listen to the music and we let let the
Definitely.
the bars speak.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
into that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so you more than welcome to come back anytime. You already you tapped in with me, you know how to reach out to me now, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate you for coming on the show. I was thinking I wanted to ask a few more questions before we wrapped up.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the pressures of like has there ever been a time where you felt like the music or the performances or some part of the grind in terms of this music industry put a lot of pressure on you where you wanted to give up?
Back in the day, yeah, but right now I feel like I'm here. If anything, that's why I've been consistent. Anything, that's why I was like, man, my bad for the other day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
yeah,
but
you was
usually I'm
hurting.
good with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm always here. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my grind right now. So right now I don't feel any pressure. I'm ready for anything that comes my way. I'm ready to rock. So
No,
right
that's the
now,
best.
my mindset is give it all or none. Put it all on the table. You know what I'm saying? Don't take nothing back.
Right. So you saying that you willing to take risks with it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah,
so
okay.
that's all I've been doing. I've been writing, but I never stopped writing, even though I wasn't putting out music. I always stay with the pen.
How long you think it'll take you to write a song?
For me to write a song on a good day, probably like 15 minutes. But it depended on the beat, you know, or a half an hour, the longest. But you know, but usually I'm good with writing songs if it's, you know, because some of the times they're already up here. So if I get a good beat, half of it's already done. You know, I just got so much shit. You know, that's why I'm like, man, I'm just trying to release this bitch. You know, because the book is too thick. Like, I've been rapping since all these, you know, so it's just been sitting. But the craziest thing is, I don't even all the shit that y'all heard. That's all new. I wrote.
Wow.
Man, my book is. I ain't gonna be no cocky person, but it's, you know, that right there. I ain't even going into none of that. That's and I sit back. I'm like, damn, dog. I ain't even go in my book. You know, this is all brand new. You know, I'm like, damn. Like, I sit back and think about it. Like, damn, I'm really about it. You know, so that's what even myself. I'm like, yeah, I know it. You know, I didn't even have to go in my book. I just all new shit. You know, so I didn't even dig into the crates yet.
That's deep right there. So you basically prepared for war then with this music thing. That's
Man.
that's the type of stuff I like to hear. You're a real rapper, like traditional where you got the pen, you putting it in your phone, you putting it in a notebook. You know,
Yeah.
you probably got a stack of books somewhere.
Yeah. Right, lost a couple, man. I'll be mad as shit. I'm like, damn, you know, got them in the shoe boxes, you know, throw away shit. Like, damn, where that shoe box gone? You know, whole stack of that joint. But it's all right. Just gives me more motivation to write more. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. No doubt. Anything you want, any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to Kia, of course. Mike Lever, God's Child, and everybody, you know, because they've been always collaborating with me. I appreciate that. And everybody who's been rocking with me from day one. I appreciate all y'all guys. Y'all my motivation, and that's real talk. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody ever want to do any collaborations, anything, hit me directly if you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm easy to reach.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on all platforms, or if you want to hit me, you can go on my Instagram. Look in the bio. My information is on there. Number, email if you want to hit me that way. Yep. So
Two Equivalent. You trying to find him? He Two Equivalent on every platform.
Yeah, Two Equivalent on all platforms. If you want to talk to me, hit me on Instagram, DM me information, or you shoot me through my email. Yep, I'm everywhere. If y'all want to collab, just hit me, DM me. I'm on all platforms. Check me out, guys. I just dropped a new song called In the Game. So check that one out. Then I have another one coming on December 16th. And the show coming in Baltimore on December 7th at the Chief of Lounge, 9 to 1. Come check me out. It's gonna be definitely one for the night. That lineup is sick. So
yeah, that's a nice lineup.
Beat me there, yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Listen, guys, it's been another one of those episodes. Talk with the Cannon. Got my man Two Equivalent. He was able to come through and bless me with an interview. Run this back. There's a couple of gems in there. We appreciate you, and we signing out.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
You already know.